Good evening. Welcome to Macalester Stadium for tonight's United Premier Soccer League women's match between the visitors from St. Croix Soccer Club and your Vlora FC. My name is Skip Newman alongside Dominic Bisogno as usual. And Dominic, these two teams coming in, they look fairly similar from a standpoint of just, the statistics of the games they've played, 3 matches each. St. Croix 5 goals, 4 against, Vlora 4 goals, 5 against. The only difference really being the one loss that Vlora has, St. Croix has a win.
Yeah, really close start to the season for both teams. Kind of looking to break out of that early stage of the season, start building up points. Vlora come into this game after their first win of the season, which you hope is a really big momentum push going into this game. And much like, to be honest, the men's game we had between these two teams a couple days ago, two teams kind of looking to determine where their season is headed, I think, from this matchup.
See, the teams have taken the pitch, are just about ready for the opening kickoff. St. Croix wearing their road whites going left to right. Vlora in the maroon color home outfits going right to left. For St. Croix, you've got Isabella Sipe, their leading goal scorer, one of the starters at forward. Cecilia Emery, Charlotte Willems, Ariana Dovier, Kylie Bloomstrom, Katie McGrath, Oliver Knox, Lydia Benson, Sophie Adler, Lilia Gray, Olivia Varasen, and Martina Kratley is their starting 11. Vlora with possession. We'll get you their starters as we can. That's Gashrai into the penalty area. Finds a teammate there. Good defense there by St. Croix to shut that opportunity down.
Yeah, Cortez wrestling for that one.
This one goes off the boot of Vlora. Will be a St. Croix throw. Claire Aker starting at goal for Vlora. Alicia Cortez, Kira Olabidi, Andrea Cuenca Medina, Sam Pacho, Marissa Wentland, Haley Gashrai, Amelia Gregory, Lizzie Darasezki, Emma Olsen, and Halima Bigarandavi, the starting 11. St. Croix controls, passes far side. That one's going to be into touch of Vlora bench.
Really solid start energetically for Vlora. They had a good amount of the ball. They've had an early possession in and around the box. St. Croix with it now, though.
That was a nice dispossess on the far touchline, getting past the one Vlora midfielder, but can't get past the second. Is now will be a throw-in coming. Charlie's going to track this one down on the far side. I think one of the things to watch here tonight is to see if Vlora can get the offense going. Their leading scorer, Lauren Vasic, off due to a bit of an injury she suffered in training this week. So it's been tough to put up some goals, and now they're missing their leading goal scorer.
Yeah, it feels like that's kind of the one thing that needs working on is just getting sort of quick starts into games. You hope that the way this looks so far is a show of promise. But, when you've had some notable players not playing every game up front, you mentioned Vashtet, which we actually haven't seen play. We actually haven't seen her play because she didn't play the other home game. So there's been a lot of changing in that regard, and that's always makes it harder for a team to get that long-term momentum. But hopefully some other folks today can kind of step into that role.
Yeah, exactly. You can't get the synergy when you're not, on the pitch together in a game. Training is important, of course, but nothing really beats that game day. Nice win down here right in front of us. Quick little 1-2 here. Now here's a good through ball. Shrai's going to get there. She's got one defender. One touch cross. Defender there. Chests that one back to the goalkeeper.
Really good stuff, though. Is Cuenca with the ball out to Gashrai on the left, and even the ball in for Gashrai kind of forced St. Croix a little bit of an awkward ball to deal with. Goalkeeper deals with it, but another solid early moment for Vlora.
See if we can't get the name of that goalkeeper. For some reason, I have 4 goalkeepers from their website. None of them have a starting X by them. So
Okay. Yeah,
hard to believe they couldn't find one to play. So we'll figure that out for our listeners. But meanwhile, some good footwork on the far side to maintain possession there for St. Croix. But punch to the middle, and Vlora gets to that one first. Bigger and Davi passes all the way across. A nice pass into space. This one's a little too strong. Played into touch and thought a bit hasty maybe on that one.
Yeah,
like
felt like there was the room to work that back around, but Cortez does a good job just to stay up and clearly made the defender feel a little awkward in the time she had.
Croix tried to turn that one inside, but a little too strong, lost possession. St. Croix punching it deep, but again, to no one wearing a white jersey, so this will go back to Aker. She plays it to Bigger and Davi, and then far side. Good passing early on here, just 5 minutes into this 4th match of the season. Vlora looking for their first home win. Pulled back and dispossessed. Played through, but the run not made there by the St. Croix attacker. So Vlora takes that, but then unfortunately gives it away at midfield.
I think today represents also a good opportunity for this team just to get some momentum at home. It's been a really solid start to the season. Their only home game, however, has unfortunately been an early ending loss, and you hope that this first opportunity to get that full 90 at home is also a positive experience for the team, especially coming off that win again earlier last week.
That game called in the 70th minute due to lightning. A 2-0 defeat. There is the threat of some rain tonight, but I think nothing serious. I don't think there's any worry about getting this one in. Popped up, played inside, nice control there. Gregory finds a teammate, but this one played down the near touch. Look, that's going to stay in. Croix with some light pressure. St. Croix advances from the back and then gives that one right away. Opportunity here.
Nice intervention from Bigger and Davi just to intercept that pass and start this possession for Vlora.
Payshell. Nice control. Near side, this is Gregory. Croix. Clever little chip forward. St. Croix throw.
Yeah, I think Vlora maybe was hoping for some little call to slip in there, but just a little bit of contact, and yeah, it's a throw in for St. Croix.
Good pressure by Gregory. Doesn't yield the turnover right away, but keeps St. Croix at least heading towards their own goal, and now the turnover comes. Pass looking for Croix, misses its mark. And we have our first foul of this match, minute number 8.
It's a good step from Jarosessi just to get involved in that, but ends up being a bit of a shove there.
Nice possession win there. Oh, the pass the middle read by the St. Croix defender, and then they pass one through, but the run doesn't happen. Booted safely into touches for Vlora defense to regroup. Olabidi, I don't think wasn't aware that she had as much time as she did.
Yeah, and then things are moving quickly enough that sometimes just being safe is the way to go.
Played to midfield. Again, aggressive pressure by Vlora, not giving St. Croix a lot of time on the ball. Midfield, St. Croix possession.
Definitely feels like Vlora is forcing St. Croix players to make decisions quickly so far tonight, and so far we've seen that work actually quite well. We've seen some errors, some rash decisions, clear balls.
Ball down the far touch, goes into touch, too strong. 73 degrees, overcast skies, a slight wind, no breeze that's going to be a factor in this one. Into the penalty area between two defenders, nicely done. Attempt to cross, that one's deflected, this one's played over the goal line. This will be the first corner of the match earned by St. Croix. See if they can do something here. Have yet to see a shot on goal.
Yeah, and they just kind of managed to slip that chance into existence out of just a sort of a simple pass. Managed to break the line. Gets a little scrappy in the box to clear it, but Alabadi gets the job done. Big chance here though for St. Croix to maybe make a little more of an impression offensively now. They're kind of moving the ball around a little bit.
They've got all of their players except for the one right on the goalkeeper lined up far side, but now they're running towards the near post. It's a good ball. The headed is straight down and bounces over the net.
I mean, it's a well-taken corner. It's a well-arrived header even. It just sort of doesn't, the angle of it all just doesn't quite add up, but it's a really solid set-piece opportunity.
Well, as a coach, they're stressing you want to get over the ball, you want to you put it down, and we see a lot of times where they will put it into the ground and successfully score goals. I don't know if I've ever seen one bounce up and over the goal like that. It was a nice break for Vlora, but yeah, like you said, a very well executed corner.
It's one of those routines that if they do that 2 more times, it probably goes in once. So something for Vlora to take in mind moving forward. Like you pointed out, they had a really nice group of players ready at that far side.
Duvier ready to throw this one in. Battle for that one. A couple of Vlora players slipping on the perhaps slightly wet turf. Rain a little bit on and off today, but here comes St. Croix again. Midfield, trying to get that one through that back line. They cannot. They still control for now. Trying to work things near touch. Nice step there by Vlora to win that one, and now they'll form the counterattack up to Croix. She's going to punch one through, and now it's a great pass. It's an opportunity to break away. Goalie is way out. She goes down, doesn't make the play. The net is wide open, but the defense steps up.
Croix's back on it, though.
Goalie back in her net. Vlora sensing an opportunity, trying to maintain possession if they can. Unfortunately, St. Croix pulls that one out, so a golden chance there for Vlora, asking questions.
It's a really brilliant pass from Croix to set that one up, and I think, unfortunately for was it Jaroszewski who was on that? It might have been Jaroszewski. Unfortunately for her, she gets mobbed pretty effectively. Yes. Actually, as much as you like to think like, oh, just take the shot, she kind of got defenders around her pretty quickly. Goalkeeper played it pretty well.
Left foot in swinger. Another good corner. They're on this one. It's headed down and wide.
Yeah, it's back and forth stuff now.
2 corners, 2 shots, 2 headers off frame. But St. Croix executing well, except for the finish.
Yeah, looking really solid off set pieces for Vlora. Certainly a lot to think about there, but at the same time, got to be happy with some chances starting to open up offensively.
Also can take note if the keeper playing that far out of her net is something of a trend that maybe that's just her style. Look to take a shot earlier, maybe catch her off her line. They can put one over her head. pass read perfectly by Gregory, given right back to St. Croix. Paschal battling, gets knocked down, plays it into touch.
Vlora having to do a fair bit of defending, but looking really dangerous when they do get the ball. I mean, doesn't feel like either team's quite had the chance they're looking for yet.
Center played perfectly by the Vlora defender, getting that one out of immediate danger, but played right back into the box. This one's going to be tracked down by Gregory. Pass near side. Wentland gets it back. Good give and go there. Cuts to the middle. Croix feeds that one through again. It's another nice pass, but the defense recovered. Looked like a potential handball, not called. That one off of Cratley.
Croix's placing some really nice passes when she's getting that ball. Could be a really big part of the offense working tonight for Vlora. Just needs the right moment to kind of work out in terms of who's receiving it.
Paschal can't find a teammate on the far touchline. This one's controlled by St. Croix. Vlora defense recovers, and now that pass finds Aker. Big boot past midfield. Played over to Croix. She's like 1-on-3. She's going to go past one defender. She does. She's got another one to beat. Can she get there? Knocks the player down. It's trickling towards the corner. I don't think this one's going to make it out. Croix is going to pressure. Nice job forcing the turnover. Croix making her presence felt, pressuring those last defenders earlier with some really good passing, but now an aggressive dribble move despite the fact it was basically 1-on-3.
Yeah, some really nice passes earlier, and now kind of reminding everybody that she can be the direct threat herself. Really good footwork, really good pace.
Well, normally a 1-on-3 situation, maybe not the best decision, but the three were flat. Like it wasn't like they were, had a good second, third defender, depth on their defense. So I did like her decision there. This one will result in a throw here for St. Croix. Finally get the ball back in action, and this one will be another throw. Down the touchline. Played to midfield. Nice pass there. St. Croix looking to advance. Gets up their forward line, brings it back a little bit. Near side. Oh, good stick defense there. Aggressive pressure, trying to win that one back. Nice job there by Gregory. She gets it back just out of her reach.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite have time to sort of reset and be ready for the ball to get back, but really great work from Gregory.
Big boot to the middle off the throw. This one headed by Paschal. She gets it back. Medina giving it back to Paschal. Tapped forward. Not quite in possession for Vlora. Wentland was pressuring a little bit, but backed off. Oh, a nice save. Good hustle by Gregory. Manages to get one near Cortez, but just out of her reach.
Been working really hard on that near side, either keeping the ball, fighting for the ball, slowing down St. Croix on the ball.
Steal far side, Vlora. Opportunity to mount a taxi if they can't get their first shot on goal. There's a give and go with no go.
Yeah, a little miscue between her and Cuenca.
Long ball will be a race. Won by St. Croix, but some good pressure there. Nice recovery. Olabadi.
Yeah, it's a great tackle from Olabadi. Just starts to feel like the St. Croix player might have been getting that extra inch on the run and gets the tackle in when it matters most. It's a corner for St. Croix, but it's a well-earned one. It's one that Vlora will take over the one-on-one chance.
The first two corners have been well executed. We'll see if they can make good on their third. Played high into the middle of the box. This one's thigh, not headed. Deflected by the defense, but not completely out. This one clears the penalty area. This shot goes well wide. 3 shots, but nothing on goal. Aker with no saves yet.
And that one got a little scrappy, but it actually did look like Vlora were putting a little more effort into sort of marking the individuals that were sitting deeper in the top of the box, just anticipating that wave coming after the corner's taken.
Goal kick straight to Halima Bigarandavi, and she plays it back now, controlled by the Vlora defense. Gregory near side. Jaraseski back to Gregory. Try. Oh, a nice pass across to open space.
Just great awareness from Croix.
Paschal looked for a long ball, but right into the body of the nearby St. Croix player. There's an opportunity to breakaway. Aker pressures, but she can't make the play and had an open net and missed it wide.
Yeah, huge chance for St. Croix. I got to give plenty of credit to Aker there just to force the St. Croix player to think and maybe overthink the situation a little bit. It's a really inconvenient turnover for Vlora there, and it's a great opportunity for St. Croix.
I'm sure the mentality has to be that you know the net is open, but you know it's not going to be open for long.
Right.
And so I want to get this shot off right away, and she just couldn't pull that one back as the ball was, heading diagonally kind of towards the corner. So you really had to turn her entire body to get that thing on frame and just couldn't execute that at top speed.
Yeah, it's just enough sort of last-ditch stuff from Emma Olsen, I think it was, tracking back, and Aker, just to make it complicated enough. And Vlora hold on to that clean sheet for now.
St. Croix throw midfield. Intercepted by Vlora. Nice pass between a couple of defenders. Vlora with possession. Closing quickly. This one's too strong. Just gets there, but unable to do anything with it is Gregory. Should use all of her effort just to keep that one temporarily in touch.
It's enough to force St. Croix to get the restart pretty deep in their own half.
Long throw. Jaraseski heads that one. Gregory turns and fires. Schrei pressuring, intercepting, healing one back to Wentland. Nice play by Schrei again. Comes Wentland. There's the first shot taken off of Cortez's left boot.
Yeah, as Cortez, and it's wide at the same time. Though you can see why she thinks in that moment, hey, everyone's a little off guard here. Go for it, see what happens. Put the keeper under a little bit of pressure. Hasn't been a ton of that so far, especially this early in the game with the scoreline where it is. It's the right kind of thinking. And some really nice work in the build up there. I mean, Deshae with the back heel, Wetland with a good run.
Aker with plenty of space back there to track this one down. I'll play this one with the boot to midfield. Cortez up in the air. This one headed into touch by St. Croix. Quick throw here for, and it comes through a couple of defenders. Opportunity for Vlora, 2-on-2. Try, fires. Looks like the defender didn't interfere at all with the ball of the shot, so they're just saying this is a goal kick.
Yeah, Deshae is very much protesting the decision, but the refs decided it's a goal kick. It's a really good opportunity again. Deshae just sort of picking up a ball that's come off a awkward control by a St. Croix defender.
Speaking of awkward control, there's one inadvertently played into touch. This will be another Vlora opportunity with a throw. That one goes straight to St. Croix, but they'll get another chance.
Really good opportunity here just to mount pressure on St. Croix and really make the defense work. We've talked a couple times already, just cause some of those errors, force some of those errors, and then have people like the Deshae ready to make the most of it.
St. Croix comes out of that skirmish temporarily with possession. And that clearing shot hard off a Vlora player who goes down.
Yeah,
Looks like she's going to work herself back up.
It's Cuenca, and she's sort of gone half up. She is still down, though.
Referee going to check to make sure that everyone's okay. All is well. Now, interestingly, the ref did blow the whistle before the ball actually went into touch. So they're just going to give this one to Vlora. And then the turnover, get it back on the throw. A little careless there. A nice move into space. Bigger and Davi can't find a teammate. Gray plays that one back. Back to Gray. Feeds that one through, and it's going to go to Vlora, but they cannot capitalize and make something happen. Switching possessions here at midfield. Long ball picked out of the air by St. Croix, but right to Cortez. Gregory, Blabity, Paschal. Stolen by St. Croix. Olsen pressuring. Now it's Gishrei's turn to supply some pressure, and she was one step away. Nice job by St. Croix. Long ball again. None of those have really found their targets so far. Well played by Vlora's back line every time. Davi goes long. That one doesn't find Olsen. Played down to the corner. Olabity giving chase and escorts that one for a throw deep into the corner as we come up on the end of the 29th minute. Still scoreless here at Macalester Stadium. Brought to the middle. There's a shot. First shot on goal. First save for Aker, a routine one.
Yeah, nothing too challenging for Aker, but a nice little flash from St. Croix, who've been under pressure for quite a while here now, pretty consecutively, but still showing they're very much in the game, very much hunting for a goal.
St. Croix controls near side. Jaroszewski pressures but can't win that one. This is Cortez pressuring. Good step by Pescio, but missed the ball. This one tipped back. Aker, I believe, should be able to pick this one up, but she chooses not to, just to be on the safe side.
I think it's worth noting the downpour has returned. Got quite a few fans deploying umbrellas, so that may or may not affect things as we proceed.
Expect rain on and off throughout the match here this evening. St. Croix trying to feed one through but can't, but deflected right back to their teammate. Opportunity near side to cross one in. Just waited too long. Closed down, shut down there by Gregory.
Yeah,
Rain causing the drums to be put away temporarily. To protect the percussion. Long throw into the penalty area. Alabadi heading it out. Oh, a nice drop back there. Good touch by Wentland. Ball played through and controlled by St. Croix. Dribbling across midfield, knocked away temporarily, but they maintain possession. Trying to crack that final two lines of defense and midfielders of Vlora, proving to be difficult. Turnover. Croix had to pull up knowing that she wasn't going to get there before it went out. Unfortunate pass there by Wentland as an opportunity for a counter missed.
Yeah, and we've seen a few of those be really dangerous for Vlora tonight already. You can see that more of that is brewing. In that case, a little bit of a miscue. But I think if you're the hosts, I mean, you're not feeling too bad about the start of this game. There's been some really good chances. There's been a considerable amount of control of the game.
Jaroszewski wanted to keep that one in, but tough play back to Alabadi, and she says, I'll just live to see another day, plays that one out. And yeah, like you said, the rain is really coming down now.
Yeah, even harder now. And you just wonder if that adds a little bit of a variable as things proceed, but we'll have to wait.
Croix tried the give and go with Halima, but didn't quite get to Halima. Oh, and that pass barely gets through a couple of Vlora defenders. Far side, St. Croix. Alabadi right on that cross. Oh, a nice slide tackle on the wet surface by Croix. St. Croix plays that one down to the corner. Looks like they're going to get there in time, but well defended and then knocked into touch for a corner deep for St. Croix.
It's moments like that earlier that you just wonder if the rain can play a role and cause the ball to sort of slip a different way, cause a play to evolve.
Gregory and Wentland combining to win possession there. Nil-nil still our score. A couple of really good opportunities for St. Croix on their first 2 corner kicks of this half. Vlora with a breakaway opportunity that didn't result in a shot, but clearly their best chance.
Yeah, I think both teams with a couple chances they'll probably want back, but some really promising moments. Feels like there is a goal coming somewhere in this game in the near future.
As always, we've got producer and director Katie Brink running things up here in the booth. Big thanks to Bree running the camera. Vlora with possession. Again, trying the long one to Gashrai, but she was cutting under. Goalkeeper being a little bit lackadaisical back there. I'm not sure I'd take that much time with Gashrai on the hunt.
Yeah, I think, Gashrai didn't immediately pursue the ball, and so I think the goalkeeper just kind of went into a mode she didn't need to be in, and once Gashrai just decided to start going on pursuit.
Oh, a great shot there for the far corner. Again, with the rain, that thing is going to skip on the turf. And are they saying Aker touched it?
They're saying she didn't. The side, there's a disagreement here. Okay. It's a goal kick. Yeah, the sideline referee pretty immediately signaled for goal kick. I think the center ref did not immediately see that.
Yeah, it looked like he was pointing at the corner for sure. Gregory up to Wentland. Wentland harassed. Back to Gregory. Cuts left. Finds Gashrai. She cuts the middle. She's pushed off the ball. Gets past Cortez. Wentland. Give and go once again, just a little strong. We've seen that a few times where they just can't quite get that connection going. If they could, that could really lead to some build-up, I think, to get into the attacking third.
Yeah, just some miscues, and like you said, on the occasions that it has worked out better, we've seen some really potent attacks from Vlora. It just needs a little more of the consistency in those moments.
One accidentally headed backwards. Jaroszewski will want to track it down, but Aker comes off her line to help. Oh, a clever flick on there. Gashrai really playing a creative game tonight.
Yeah, really showing what she can do with the ball at her feet, creating a lot of opportunities for other players.
Nice step by Gregory. Maintains possession. Gets by a couple of girls. Oh, and the pass goes behind the flashing diagonal run by Gashrai. Again, the miscommunication there. She thought an outside run would have been a perfect ball.
Yeah, it's just two different ideas between the two different players. But again, you see both with bright ideas, both with ideas that, if done at the same time, create a great chance for Vlora.
Now St. Croix advancing quickly down the far side, cutting into the middle. That cross is deflected. I believe this is going to be kept in by St. Croix. It is. Down in the corner, they fake the cross, left foot on the ground. There's a long, hard shot. That's the best shot, easily, for St. Croix. A nice diving save by Aker,
Yeah.
and no rebound yielded on with the wet ball.
No, it's a really proper stop for Aker. It's starts with a really solid clearance from Cuenca just gets to the feet of St. Croix player, and she puts a really solid shot on. Aker responds really well.
Gishrai, Wentland just gets past her. This one's going to go back to the St. Croix keeper. 40th minute here of a scoreless first half.
Still feels like a pretty back and forth contest. I mean, the chances are being created in different ways, but both teams look in it, not quite finding what they want.
Olsen's pass a little strong and heavy in the touch. Looks like Olsen's switched over to this side with Gishrai swapping out, moving to the far side of the pitch. Throw controlled by Vlora. Jarosevsky. Played forward by Medina. Medina again. Paschal. Some errant passing by both teams here. And now Vlora has this one, and then there's that pass again too strong. The touch.
Yeah, I think both teams they're having these bright moments, and then there's just things interrupting that, whether it be the weather, whether it be just the game finding its rhythm. And for both of them, I think that's contributing to just the fact that they can't quite find a goal right now.
A back and forth, clean first half. Just the one foul called against Vlora, and nothing else that we felt could have been called. That long shot and save is made.
Yeah, no, it's been a good pace, pretty clean game. It's it's a proper back and forth.
Nice clearing by Vlora. Good control there. Far side. Halima. Ball down the touch, just deflected into the St. Croix bench. Otherwise, Olsen would have had an opportunity to make a run. Touch back to Labadie. Nice pass through Jarosevsky. Gregory has it. Pulled down nicely by Gishrai. Cuts through a streaking, cutting Wentland. Wentland in the penalty area, draws two defenders quickly. Somehow still has possession. Looks for Gishrai. Here she is. If she can get a shot, she was right there, but well defended. Halima looking to fire one. She gets knocked aggressively off the ball, and there is an obvious foul.
Really good work from Bigarandavi just to first take the ball and then force two St. Croix players to make a decision. Manages to get a shot off. It's deflected immediately, but draws a really dangerous free kick.
This one about 26 yards out. Gishrai lining up for this one. Just on the other side of the hash. Gishrai, short hop, and the goal in the corner!
It's a great little goal from Gishrai. Takes it simply, but it perfectly sneaks past the wall and the goalkeeper from St. Croix. Been waiting for Gishrai to get that goal. She's been so great the games that we've seen her, and certainly really great today. And it's a properly neat goal for the plays she's been making tonight.
And I do want to bring this up at the earlier conversation via text message with both you and Katie when we learned that the leading scorer was out. I believe my response was time for Haley to score. So I'm going to give myself the call on that one.
She heard you out. Heard you out.
The end of the first half goal, minute number 43. Now St. Croix looking to answer. Aker right there, knocks it down, and then cleared quickly.
Sort of a diving clearance from Labadie. Huge play from her.
Left foot strike. That one's deflected onto Aker.
Well, I mean, Vlora have looked really solid in open play with the ball, but It's a really nicely done set play that makes it all work. Deshire's back on the ball.
Yeah, great shield there by Croix. She's going to take it herself from an angle. Gets pushed, maintains possession, knocked down again. There's not going to be a call there. She wanted one. Oh, and plenty of space there for the St. Croix defender, but she plays it into touch. So unneedingly giving that to Vlora for a throw.
Yeah, I guess it's it's some of that off the ball work kind of paying off for Vlora, that it's just leaving some of these St. Croix players, I think, a little nervous about holding the ball too long.
Chipped up and out. Nice job by the St. Croix defender there. Aggressive defense by Jarosevsky. She's been doing that all match long. We're coming up near the end of the first half. We're into stoppage time. My assumption is there may only be a minute of that. St. Croix crossing, intercepted by Vlora. Left foot boot. That's a good one. Will it stay in play? It looks like it's either on the line and is out. It'll be a goal kick. Nice defense there by Olabidi.
Yeah, it's another sort of tight race for her to deal with for the ball, but handles it well. And this restart is really well timed for Vlora, just to try and see out the rest of this half.
Nice passing to maintain possession up to Wentland. One goes through. Gregory wasn't on the move. That's okay. And that brings us to the conclusion of the first half. The scoreless tie broken in minute number 43. The free kick goal scored by Haley Gashrai. A huge one for Vlora in a game where I felt like it just feels like it was more important to be the first one to tally.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that there's more goals to come tonight, but it did feel like with the way things were sort of the pendulum going back and forth between the two teams, that whoever got that first goal was going to have a real momentum to take charge of tonight, and especially for Haley Gashai, who's been working so hard offensively throughout the season so far, hasn't quite gotten that goal, and to get that now, I think, is a huge moment for her to just build her own momentum with this team and hopefully carry into the second half.
We will be back for the second half after the halftime break. The score here from Macalester Stadium, Vlora 1, St. Croix 0. For Dominic and Katie, I'm Skip. We'll be back for the second half in just a little bit. We are back at Macalester Stadium for the second half of tonight's UPSL women's match between St. Croix and Vlora. The first half score, Vlora with a 1-0 lead, a goal in the 43rd minute off a free kick from Haley Gashrai, a big goal for Vlora. And as we enter the second half of what is going to be probably a rain-filled second half, what are the keys to maintaining the victory here for Vlora?
Oh, I mean, keeping composure and keeping things simple and clean is going to just be huge. You saw even sporadically in that first half, actually even before the rain, but also after the rain, some little errors, opening things up, making it a little harder on some defenders. And so you just wonder, as the rain continues to pile on, it actually has softened a touch since halftime started, but it's still pretty dense. You just wonder if it's going to cause some errors, create some space for a goal. And that's something both teams are just have to be really careful about.
That was Dominic Bisogno. My name is Skip Newton here. Katie Brink, as always, directing and producing. And Bree on the camera. We're just about ready for the second half to start. St. Croix wearing white. They begin the second half with possession going right to left. Vlora in the getting darker by every rain-filled minute maroon jerseys.
Should market that as an effect of the kit.
Nice pass outside. Lanky coming in for the second half, did not play in the first half. Controlled here by St. Croix. They work things out of their own end. Then the long ball. One skips on the wet turf. This one deflected back.
It's in the hands now of another change for Vlora, which is Caitlin Krengle in goal. Switched out for Aker.
Aker played a perfect first half. Now we get Krengle for the second. St. Croix working that far side. Gregory defending. Dribble in the middle, but that shot or cross deflected out. Another ball put in, headed right back out. And Gregory and Wentland on the far side. The goal scorer, Gashrai. Potential 3-on-2 if they hurry. Opportunity here. Lanky has space. Crosses that one in, but a couple of white jerseys in the way.
They're going to miss you.
Yep, I'm going to play that one in for a throw. Lanky will take that. You've got one other teammate in the vicinity. Expecting a fairly big throw here. Ball played back and cleared. Olabidi making her presence felt.
Yeah, St. Croix player actually wins the header, but Olabidi does a good job of setting her off in the follow-up. Gets that throw in.
Back to Paschal. Nice pass to Halima. Plays it far side. Is it a little strong? No, I think they're going to catch that one. They do. Good hustle there. Crossed behind all the Vlora players. Lanky comes back to hit Paschal. Now plays that one up for Gashrai. She can't control that bouncing wet ball, and this one's cleared out. Olabidi goes far side. Nobody home.
Some really promising spark, really off the jump for Vlora the second half. Had most of the ball and created some nice moments around the box.
Oh, a nice spin and turn. Good shield there. Lanky with a good pass just outside the reach of Gashrai, but she waves back, recognizing a really nice ball there.
Really good opportunity there. Doesn't quite connect, but just another example of, we're only 4 minutes in, and it's felt like every 30 seconds or so there's been a really promising moment for Vlora. Just got to keep them coming until that second goal appears.
St. Croix takes advantage of maybe some miscommunication between two Vlora players on who was going to go after that. Down to the corner, this one's going to be crossed. First opportunity punched out by Krengle. Shot deflected wide. I think this is going to result in a corner, and it does.
Yeah, first big intervention of the day for Krengle. Does result in another set piece opportunity for St. Croix. We've seen them create some trouble with those. That being said, one at a time.
3 corners in the first half for St. Croix. This will be their first of the second half. Early on, end of the 50th minute. This one's played on the wrong side of the goal line.
It's about as good a time as ever to mention that the last time I saw Taylor Krengle, I was covering her high school 2 years ago.
Nice.
So I did not expect to bump into her through Vlora action, but that's very cool to see that she's playing at this level, and a nice little start to the second half.
Playing college ball at UW Stout. Strong boot midfield. Vlora's going to come up with that one. They're going to chip that one further along, but that one easily made by the St. Croix goalkeeper. Technically the first save of the match. The only shot on goal for Vlora in the first half was on the Haley Gashrai free kick that went in. Now we've got a injury timeout.
Yeah, I think it's just an awkward hit off the kick on Bigrandavi. She's already back up, but looks like they're still checking some things for her.
Wonder if this is a potential head injury. They're making sure she's got all her faculties.
Yeah, it looks like kind of a balance test.
If you just tuned in, the medical personnel is not worried about contamination. It is raining. It's just keeping dry. All is well.
Yeah, I think she has to step off for the check.
Yeah.
But looks like she cleared it.
So the possession will be given to St. Croix, temporarily playing a man up, and now Helena's back on and right back in the thick of things.
Immediately back in the action.
In fact, I think they're going to say that was maybe too fast. Is that what the call is here?
I think they're calling a foul, a tug of some sort by Bigrandavi, but really high energy re-entrance from her to make sure St. Croix don't start anything.
The first fall of the second half, one apiece in the first half. Of course, the only foul called on St. Croix was a big one. That led to the free kick on the goal. This one's just cleared. There's nobody on that half of the pitch for Vlora.
Yeah, and it was Bigrandavi, of course, that drew that foul for the free kick. We didn't make much of it at the time, but it was very much a broadcast team goal with Bigrandavi, who made her broadcasting debut with us recently, setting it up, and Schrei, our famed camera person, scoring it.
There's that give and go that goes too strong into touch. We've saw several examples of that in the first half. I was hoping maybe that got cleaned up in the second half, but not yet. Not yet.
It might be the case that the conditions are offsetting any improvement in the flow mentally as this game goes on.
Yeah, excessive wet conditions, probably not good for clearing up some technical stuff. Just nice touch there by Vlora, knocking that one out of possession. Now they control it midfield. Overlapping run made. This one's fed through to Gashrai. Got an opportunity, but she looks like she just lost her footing, and that's just enough to keep her from maybe putting one into a dangerous spot or even a shot. It just that missed step is what cost her, I think.
Yeah, it just gave the defender time to kind of recover and get in front of everything. Really good opportunity again, and just a small misstep, a really minute error kind of cancels out the chance.
There's a nice setup there as Leinke had made an overlapping run to the outside, but the pass went inside Gashrai, who, again, was step for step with her St. Croix counterpart. Paschal here. And we'll have another foul called against Vlora.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was maybe a tug on a shirt or something in there somewhere. Vlora were in possession at the time, but ref seen something.
Is that 8 Lata? Looking at, hard to read that jersey. Oh, a nice spin move by Leinke. She's got a little bit of space. Puts it on the ground to Gashrai. Nice pass. Lata couldn't control. Nice hustle back by Bigger and Davi. Or doing just enough to disrupt that attack. Leinke just out of her reach.
Yeah, just enough in the midfield there to muddy things up and prevent anything dangerous. But St. Croix staying in this one. They're finding their chances. They're finding the throw-ins. Find some possession.
2-on-1. Ultimately cleared but controlled by St. Croix. That one too heavy. Bigger and Davi, I think, got pushed from behind. She did. That'll be the first St. Croix penalty, both drawn by Bigger and Davi. I don't think this one's going to result in a shot on goal.
Most likely not, but a good opportunity for Vlora just to reset a little bit. Moving a lot of players up here.
They go far side. This one's going to skip on the wet turf. And I believe that's going to be a throw-in, or they go on this side of the corner flag. They're lining up. That's going to be a throw.
Yeah, and so at the very least, a chance for Vlora to kind of press up and just force St. Croix to make the right choices really deep in their own territory.
Too strong for their teammates. This one goes to Vlora. They're going to take advantage, come back to Paschal. She's going to draw a little bit of pressure, but finds Leinke. Fires into the middle, doesn't get to Gashrai. Headed out. Gregory steps up. Leinke drills it off of the defender. Awarding the throw into Vlora.
Some really solid ball movement from Vlora, considering the conditions. I mean, not ideal, but they are managing to move the ball around and force St. Croix to continue to just answer questions. St. Croix right now making 2 changes, it looks like.
Those changes coming in, we can update a little bit on first half stats. St. Croix did have 9 shots to 3 for Vlora. 4 saves for the first half goalkeeper for Vlora, Claire Akers. 0 saves made for St. Croix on those 3 shots. Of course, the 1 goal going in for Gashrai, the big one, the difference maker thus far. 3 corner kicks, none for Vlora, so 3 for St. Croix, and they've had 1 more here in the second half, and then 1 foul apiece. Early in the second half, just 1 shot apiece. Oh, a nice move by Gashrai. She's going to feed it far side. Streaking up, Gregory plays that one through. Gashrai was cutting. Might have been worked into an offside position.
Yeah, hard to say. It did look tight, but really making St. Croix work for keeping this game as close as it is.
This one booted into touch. It'll be a Vlora throw, perhaps equal with the 18-yard penalty box line. It is. Drop back. This one's crossed. Nice ball, high, too nice. Got a little too much of that over the head of Leinke, but she's got speed. She tracks it down. Goes corner. Plays it toward the middle. St. Croix, nice job clearing.
You're throwing for Vlora. Looks like Pechel's going to take it.
Pechel trying to find her teammate in the box, but tough play. Oh, a nice job by Olabidi. Winning the ball, winning the foul.
Yeah, really good work, really good hustle. In the end, gets a really good opportunity just to dictate play a little bit here.
The boot right to midfield, flicked up in the air. Need farther out by St. Croix, then played even farther out. This one won by St. Croix. They're looking to counterattack. Midfield with space. Played it down towards their teammate, but a Vlora defender got in the way and did a nice job of shielding that one. This one's going to be a Vlora throw right at the flag.
Really excellent work from Gregory. Just does everything she needs to do.
And for some reason, I don't understand St. Croix not really pressuring. Boy, I would think a deep throw like that, you would want to try to contain them. Of course, they do win possession. The cross, Olabidi.
A little slip up, though.
Gashrai. She hustles maybe a counter, but doesn't really see anything, but finds a wide open teammate at midfield far side. Back to Gashrai. She's got Leinke, but she can't quite get there. That one's played in the touch. So wet field definitely impacting the ability to control the ball.
Yeah, and you're seeing some more and more sort of dramatic reactions as tackles are coming in, or quick movements are being made.
Nice play there by Medina, turning and firing it down. This one goes back to the goalkeeper. Gashrai harassing as usual. Space for St. Croix. Long ball, too much hook on it in the touch.
It's very much a knock on wood sort of thing to say, but it does feel like Vlora have St. Croix in a spot where they feel like they're struggling for new ideas a little bit, struggling to find some of that momentum a little bit. The one big opportunity they had earlier was really just from a turnover on a throw-in. So you wonder, what is St. Croix's next card they're going to try to play? They made those two changes. It's worth mentioning St. Croix's bench today is a little shorter, so they've in that one change, they've used about half of their substitutes. So you just wonder, what other rolls of the dice do they have?
Vlora attempted to build, but lost possession, just got it back. 63rd minute complete. Long ball is going to trickle onto the track. Of course, time, as it continues to move, becomes more of an ally for Vlora. That 1-0 lead. So far, doing a nice job locking things down defensively. But that second goal would be it's just a huge, kind of almost a backbreaker at this point.
Yeah, you do feel like if Vlora can just make this a case of multiple goals for St. Croix to claw back in, it feels a little insurmountable. Obviously, it's not literally the case, but that 1-0 is carrying a lot of hope, I think, for St. Croix. It's worth mentioning St. Croix in that little break there did make another change. So that's either all or almost all of their substitutes made already, with still quite a lot of game to play.
Looks like Vlora's going to bring in a player or two as well. So I believe Olabidi stepping off the pitch. Her night is done. Stepping on and get those numbers when we can.
So we've got
Olivia Zeman, did I hear that one?
Yeah, and Endo have come on.
Lila Endo. Opportunity here for St. Croix. They fire a long shot. Well, high and wide. Kringle will take the goal kick here for Vlora. Plenty of time left in this second half. Lanky played that one through. Gets it back. Looking for help. Oh, a nice pass through, but that one stepped up and stolen by St. Croix. Feed that one through, slipping on the turf. A bit of a bad break there for the St. Croix attacker.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for St. Croix, but there are a couple moments where you can tell it's probably the state of the pitch just making it a little tough for them to make the right contact.
It was pouring rain at some point. Now it's just steady but lighter for sure, but still coming down. Oh, swung on and missed. Bit dangerous there for Vlora, but they do clear. Nice job controlling by Croix. She's got one girl in front of her. Makes the pass. She's onside. St. Croix defense getting back, but Vlora trying to hustle up, form an attack here if they can. That one's played out. It'll be a throw-in for Vlora. Let's see if Vlora can make something happen with this deep throw. Oh, the trip goes down. That was well outside the penalty area. But an opportunity here.
Yeah, it looks like it's Croix standing over it now. Very different angle, but definitely one that can be dangerous.
Because of the angle, won't have a wall to deal with. Let's see what Croix does. Puts that one towards the middle. It's deflected out, straight out. And this is where St. Croix is going to look to counter, but nice hustle back by Vlora. Lanky, nice touch into the middle. Tried to get that one up to her teammate. Couldn't, and so now it's St. Croix. And there's a foul called on Vlora. A little more physicality here in the second half. 3 fouls apiece. Long free kick, St. Croix. Vlora right on there with the header. Oh, and nicely controlled. Lanky Give and go. Kept in. Oh, the pass was nice, but no one home. I believe that was Zeman. Touch forward. Nice touch there by Vlora. They got an opportunity here. They've got numbers. That one play just a little heavy.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication between the two subs, but some really, really bright moments for Vlora. Just keeping St. Croix on their toes. They haven't found the second goal, but St. Croix have to feel like it's looming over them a little bit.
Yeah, I think once you get to this point, the final 20 minutes of regulation, you start to feel a little tighter, right? Like, okay, we're running out of time. That was Endo with that pass. It was just too strong. I think it's important for Vlora to continue to put the pressure on, offensively, to not.
Yeah.
It's too early to go into that defensive shell. You want to play smart, but still attack when you can. They'll use Kringle, and of course, she'll take absolutely no chances. Nicely done. Nice pass. Endo trying to beat one girl. She does. She's got to the outside. She takes a left-footed shot. Just misses the corner. Everybody's arms up over their head. Thought that was going to find the far post.
It's a really nice ball from Lata for Endo. And Endo, too, does a really solid job of trying to just place it past the goalkeeper and kind of try to tuck it into the far post. And it's just a little wide. It's a little bit of bad luck, perhaps. But, gosh, that felt like the second goal was about to come. That was close.
Yes, it did. And the thing that I liked was the decision where she didn't try to take another touch because now she's going to make her angle worse. And she really didn't have a pass across. The defender was there to block that. Her only shot was the shot, and it was a good one. I mean, that was, at least from our angle, looked to be just wide. Oh, and a misplay here, and this is going to result in a corner for Vlora. The first corner of the match for Vlora.
I think the continued pressure, the weather, everything's just kind of building up in this game, and those errors are still coming from both teams. But with St. Croix behind, it's a little more punishing when they're the ones doing it. Big opportunity here.
See what they do. The outswinger. It's a good one. Gets by the first girl, but deflected towards net. Technically a shot, technically a save, but not a dangerous one. But a nice ball delivery into the mid.
Yeah, and at a certain point, there's a value to just kind of getting a shot on, making goalkeeper work. Just the way things have been going tonight can be a difference maker.
Well, on the wet surface, the wet ball, you never know what could happen. Oh, there's a nice touch outside. Endo again. We just saw her barely miss the far post. This one she chooses to cross. That one's deflected and ultimately controlled, cleared, hits the ref. He's going to recognize that he got in the way.
Yeah, another nice little sequence for Vlora. Handled a little better by St. Croix. They muddy things up a little quicker, but just the pressure, you just feel it kind of looming on their shoulders. And it's been a little while since we've seen a big chance for them.
Speaking of which, St. Croix chops one in the middle. If it's onside, it is not. Flag goes up immediately right at the 20-yard line of the football field. Off by, I think, a good yard or two. Rain expected to come down for the rest of this match. Hard pass to control there. Just a bullet up to a Vlora teammate. St. Croix, well read by Paschal. Nice touch. Lanky. Another nice touch. Endo. Looking for Lanky. Good pass, well defended. Just out of the reach of Vlora. Here comes St. Croix. Don't really have the numbers, and the errant pass will end any sort of a threat. Claire Aker, the first half goalie, giving up no goals. Now we've got second half goalie Caitlin Krangle trying to complete the clean sheet, preserve the home victory here for Vlora. Mikey's had some really nice possession in this second half, came in at halftime.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say all the additions that have come in the second half have made a really solid mark so far, whether it be chances or some saves.
There's a burst of speed, controlled by Vlora. Pressure from behind, brought down. The foul's called.
Yeah, it just makes the defender have to make a call. And it's the one Vlora wants.
Was that a yellow?
I don't believe a card was shown.
I was thinking I wouldn't have been surprised, and it looked like he had his hand up, but it was too tough for me to see from this distance, and there wasn't really a player in the vicinity.
Right. I think enough was going on ahead of the incident that it isn't being considered a cardable offense, but
this is 26 yards out, just a little bit wider out than the goal scored by Gashrai. Endo with the shot. It's right on. Diving save. Rebound.
Really good save. Really good save from the St. Croix keeper. Gets her hands to it, and then actually, I believe it sort of dropped down and bounced off her legs as well. But also a really solid effort from Endo.
And now we've got the center referee coming over to talk to the St. Croix bench.
Some sort of disagreement here. I don't know if this is to do with the call leading up to the free kick or there's a yellow card.
And the yellow card on the bench. Play resumes. And again, no hesitation on the shot, and that one was deflected. This should be a corner, the second of the half and a match.
Yeah, Lanky chases it down, just going to set it up.
Lanky doesn't need to hustle quite so much.
It's like Quanka will take it.
Outswinger. Yep, wrong side of the goal. Looks like it hit the football upright. And another substitution coming in for Vlora.
Looks like it's Gashrai coming off.
Gashrai has her night complete so far. Made an impact with the goal in the 43rd minute. Millennium Amha replaces her for the final 12 minutes plus. Lanky tried to pull that one past the defender. The St. Croix player had nothing with that. Paschal will take the throw. One goes into the penalty area and immediately cleared. Oh, a nice job by Olabity getting her body in front of that. Hard clear, bouncing off the turf. Lanky intercepted. St. Croix. That one goes into touch right before the clear by Olabity. Another throw coming for St. Croix. Start to inch their way down the pitch here. Perhaps sensing an opportunity to put something on frame, get something in the middle of the field. Here they go with a left foot cross. Girl wide open in the middle. They just can't connect. That shot is nowhere close to the target.
Yeah, a couple different cases of miscommunication really with the St. Croix players. Really big opportunity. I mean, multiple players in the box, ball goes across. Vlora able to live another day. A reminder that it's not over and there's a lead to protect.
Couple of defenders pressuring, goes to the outside, not out. St. Croix wanted to get this one back into the middle, just can't quite get possession, and then stolen by Vlora. Opportunity here to mount a counterattack. Oh, the girl just changed her run in the middle. Zeman was cutting outside and then looped back in, and the pass went to where she was headed. Lanky, nice job controlling. Paschal, Lanky. Likes to pull it back with her right foot like that. And he'll pass. Lata all the way across. Long shot, skipping off the turf. That save is made.
It's an ambitious shot in the end, but again, good movement. Looking for that space, looking for that way to break through St. Croix.
As the game gets close to the end, I gotta believe those long shots, like you said, too ambitious, maybe not the best choice. You'd rather work the ball down, take a little more time.
Sure, you want to burn that clock a little more. And yeah, you wonder if that's a conversation that starts coming out of the sideline.
This one stays in, draws a huddle of players before I think it finally did draw the foul on Vlora. Now 4 apiece this half. Stays near the touchline in front of the St. Croix bench. Play down the line. Tapped out by Vlora. Beginning of the 83rd minute. St. Croix crossing on the ground. A couple of Vlora players there able to get it out of the penalty area, but not out of danger. And it's going to be another cross. This one mishit. Was up in the air a little bit. Maybe a little anxious on the far side there by St. Croix. So an opportunity here for Vlora to possess with the goal kick. Jaroszewski plucked that one out of the air. Had that found its way by her, that would have been a dangerous play off that goal kick, because there was a girl running full speed towards the net for St. Croix. Kind of one of those unheralded, nothing in the stat sheet to acknowledge it, but a nifty play there to prevent that possible break.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we've talked already tonight about, it's one of those games, especially as the conditions have adjusted, just that those little errors, those little mistakes, those little weather moments could provide a big decider for us tonight. Hasn't necessarily quite been that way in the most important sense, but it's definitely been a lot of those moments.
Throw in for St. Croix. This one headed deep. This could be trouble. It's going to be a corner. Second of the half for St. Croix, the 5th overall. So a big opportunity here for St. Croix, looking for that equalizer. All of Vlora's players are in the penalty area. One goes short, skips through, deflected out, and now Vlora will have a chance to totally clear, and they do on the ground. Nice ball. And St. Croix rushed in their attempt to reestablish an attack.
Yeah, I had a big opportunity there to just cycle the ball back in and restart the mission, and got a little out of their own control, thinking a little too fast.
The more possession Vlora can have here, the better. Keep it out of St. Croix's possession, opportunity for passing, working down for shots, and also waste more time. Alabadi uses her frame well. Gets one to hug the line for a little bit. 86th minute. Centering, it's a good one. One-time shot missed. Opportunity, player goes down. No worries there. Ball's cleared. Big opportunity for St. Croix. Goes begging. Just could not get that shot. They'll take a long one. It's on frame. Krangle backed up a little too much.
Yeah, I had that one right on the line, but makes it count. Keeps the 0 alive.
That was tight. Oh, a nice ball towards the corner. That one's going to stay in. Knocked off the Vlora attacker, I believe, for a St. Croix throw. Oh,
I think that's Vlora, yeah.
All right, well, even better.
I think Endo just evaded that clearance.
This is
another one, I think.
Yeah, the end of the field where the Vlora wants to keep possession, that's for sure. I think the ball just slipped right out of her hand. Again, it's been raining consistently since about 2/3 of the way into the first half. Nice control. Long ball, lanky, tough one off the wet turf, but she's going to track this one down. It's not going to get out. Oh, and just off of her, a nice play by the St. Croix defender. But then they played that one off the bottom of the boot into touch. 88th minute. Vlora looking for that nail in the coffin second goal. This one played too hard. Right idea.
And Vlora aren't finding that second goal, but even these throw-ins that they've stacked up have really helped just sort of crush the momentum of the game a little bit and just give St. Croix just less and less time to find the response.
St. Croix up to midfield, try to play one through, but Paschal right in the way. This one deflected up towards Endo. Nice heel pass. Some space here for Vlora. Cuts to the middle, too strong. So the opportunity doesn't materialize, but again, time is ticking off the clock for St. Croix. Down to the corner, just over the line.
But even this, a deep restart off a throw-in, not a lot ready up front. Not ideal for St. Croix.
Yeah, the patience normally displayed by Vlora, not necessarily on that play there, but to just keep possession and be patient has been really telling this late in this second half. The final minute of the regulation 90. suspect we'll see a couple of minutes of stoppage time. 3 at the most. Long throw headed into the St. Croix bench. Vlora's going to want to get everybody back. That one's kicked off of Vlora again.
Nice work from Gregory again, just to slow things down, just make St. Croix kind of work for every yard.
Oh, a nice touch to the middle if Vlora can get there first. Good pressure. Good opportunity. Lanky, she's got space and she's got speed. She should just keep dribbling. No need to rush. Would have liked to have seen her take some more dribbles there, waste some more time. We are now in the first minute of stoppage time. Vlora 1-0. Back to Krangle. Good use of your goalkeeper there. And keeps it in play. Oh, a fancy pass. Great heel.
Great stuff from Endo.
That Lanky wide open on the near side if they can get it across. That's where they're going.
Oh, she might get to it.
I think she will. Nice control. Plays it in. And earns the corner. And wisely does not go racing after the ball.
It's a corner that is almost as much of a sucker punch as if the ball had gone in. Just again, it's just the clock is burning. All these St. Croix players know they're going to have to wait even longer for the next chance.
Now, I'm really surprised that they don't have a short option here, and they could play with it down in the corner. Oh, there's an attempt at a shot. That one's deflected, but look, they're going to get that opportunity anyway. Man, they're...
Yeah, Lata's just... Oh, and a free kick.
Oh, and earns the free kick.
Lata earns a free kick. Kind of not too far from the corner flag. That's just another really nice chance to kind of suffocate the game a little bit.
I would like to see Paige just play this one right to Lata right next to her. And she's going to put it in the middle. One's chested out. A left foot shot curling. Nice save. And 6 saves this half for St. Croix. They have one more run down the pitch. 3rd minute of stoppage time. Vlora just needs to get it deep once or twice more, and that should be it. That is it. A big win for Vlora. The one and only goal scored in the 43rd minute by Haley Gashrai off the free kick. And they finally win at home here, the 2nd win of the season.
Yeah, it's a big game. It's a great goal to get it. It's a great player to have the winning goal. It kind of all lines up the stars tonight for Vlora to get that first home win, the 2nd win of the season, build a little momentum, have those 2 wins in a row, have 7 points from 4 games. So really, really big result for Vlora. Also a first clean sheet of the season.
Yes.
So just a lot of big firsts to build on for this team, and yeah, just a really, really positive night.
So the final score here from Macalester Stadium, Vlora 1, St. Croix 0. For Dominic and Katie and Bree, I am Skip. We'll be back Wednesday night for the men's game right here on your Vlora station, right here from Macalester Stadium. We hope everyone has a wonderful evening. So long, everyone.